We are live here in Douglas, Arizona, the Douglas Municipal Airport, and the Wing 42, Boeing 247D. Nixie, good morning. Real Millhouse, hello, sir. Nice to see you guys. Going to be doing another couple of legs in the Bendix, the historic 1931 air race in this gorgeous aircraft. Try to see if we can keep from... Hey, no. No. Sorry, my dogs are busy getting in trouble. Millhouse, thanks for the coffee, the Sim coffee emote. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, let me get everything. What am I doing? I got to get this going. Hey, guys. Oh, I got to get my, oh, man, long time no stream, maybe, perhaps. Yeah, let's get, hi. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, so you guys maybe or maybe have not been a part of this, but we've flown so far 3 legs of the Bendix historic route. And we went from Burbank to San Bernardino. Then we went San Bernardino to Phoenix, and Phoenix to Douglas the last time. We were trying to go Phoenix to Douglas to this to Columbus, but we had slight engine issues. Actually, in each of the 2 streams, we've had our engines conk out on short final. So going into Phoenix and then coming in here to Douglas Municipal, all oil-related issues. And so hopefully we're going to do better today with that. And yeah, we'll see. I guess that's part of the fun of flying this plane. But yeah, Douglas to Columbus today. So we get into New Mexico, and then we're going to just hop right across the border there into El Paso. Try to get legs 4 and 5 done here. And so it kind of looks like this. Initially, this is the leg from Douglas down here, right on the border, the U.S.-Mexico border. Kind of an eastbound, a little bit northeastbound, about 100-mile hop over to Hacienda, I think is the official name of the airport there for Columbus. And then from there we're going to head not too much further over here to El Paso and get ourselves set down somewhere in this area. This airfield actually is not exactly where they landed in the official race, but the airfield that they landed in the official race is no longer, it's closed basically. So this is the closest one that we can find, and I think this first arrow, I mean, either one of these 2 is kind of where it was, but yeah, I can show you on the map, I believe, if I can pull this up here. Acme Mapper, and here is, it may not show actually, I take that back. Yeah, this is where we're going, but no, maybe it will not show. I'll try to see if I can find where that is, but it was within, it might be right down here, potentially, but maybe not, because like I said, the one that they landed at initially back in 1931 is no longer, it's like part of town now. So it's, the town kind of grew around it, which, I mean, that happens, right? When you are talking about, it's almost been 100 years. So, some of those places are not going to exist anymore, some of those old airports. But anyway, that's what we're doing. And glad you could come along. If you want to fly along, I am on VATSIM. I'm on probably, I don't know if it matters, but I'm on the North Europe server. So, and we're Kilo Delta Golf Lima is where we're at to get rocking and rolling today. So, but if you just want to watch, that's also good. I'm just happy to be hanging out with you, and I'm looking forward to flying. I moved this up. Initially, I was planning on doing this a little bit later on in the day, but I've had to move it up for some work-related things, but it might end up being a good thing. I have a Scotsman. Good morning. Good morning. it might end up being a good thing for us because I might be able to do another flight later on today. So that'd be kind of cool if that worked out. So if you were waiting for this afternoon to to be watching this with this race, I do apologize. Oh man, we got some tough sun here, don't we? But I'll try to make it up to you, and hopefully we can rock and roll. Okay, we've got the oil topped off, low fuel. We don't want a ton of fuel weight. We're not going far, and yeah, I think we're in good shape. We'll get old Jack over there on the left hand side, and we'll see if we can't get this baby fired up. Hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you so much again for coming in. I hope you had a good week. All right, that looks okay there, and there. Go full rich, full forward, and a fair amount of throttle. Yeah, Millhouse, I coach, and so yeah, I work 7 days a week. I work every day during coaching, but I don't have to. I've got a little window here, and it's a long and boring story, so I won't bore you with the details. But there's a good start on numero 2. Yeah, Nix, that's right. Connor, nice video, by the way. Your latest YouTube video is really cool. Good work, my friend. I've enjoyed your little trip reports there, man. You're really carving out a nice niche, and it's good stuff, buddy. Those of you who are watching, if you're just tuning in, by the way, first of all, good morning. Thanks for coming by. My name is Brant. Welcome to the channel. But Connor Nix is a guy that has a nice YouTube channel. You should go check him out. I believe it is also Nix Aviation over on YouTube. And then Iowa Scotsman is a streamer here on Twitch as well. Really entertaining guy, and you should go check those dudes out and get those guys in your feed because it's very entertaining and informative stuff. All right, now we're flipping over to numero dos, and we'll see if we can get Jack to crank it up here. Oops, I need to do this here, sorry. Wasn't getting any fuel pressure on number 2. But yeah, so the challenge of this plane, this is the Wing 42 Boeing 247D. It is very, very old school. And just an absolute blast to try to fly and to attempt to manage the engines. And just even getting it started can prove to be a challenge depending on the weather and the time of day and the elevation. And man, I don't have the parking brakes on. I'm lucky. Oh, I had the chocks on, that's why. But anyway, it's just a hoot. It's an absolute hoot. It's just like an engine fire sort of waiting to happen. And all right, we'll get those guys off there. And let's see, what else do I have to do here? I think everything else looks good. But it's just really immersive in terms of it's like a reality expansion pack type of deal built in. And so you have to put the right oil in for the temperature and manage your it's just got a lot going on. She's a high maintenance gal, if you know what I mean, but super rewarding when you are able to, you know, pull off a good flight. And circuit breakers that do work and pop, and you'll lose, you know, hydraulic pressure or electrical pressure to get your gear up and down. And all that good stuff. So, oh, I know what I was going to do. I need to get my squawk code set here. They have a couple cheats. It didn't really have a transponder back in the day, so they give you, yeah, we've got I think we're squawking ALT good. So you can do that via the clipboard, and yeah, it's a hoot. It really is. It's a hoot. And then I'm gonna set the COM1 to 122.80, and that is modeled, by the way, over here. But I have a heck of a time trying to get the it's that guy right in the corner, 2280. I have a heck of a time getting that thing to tune in, so I just use the keyboard shortcuts on my X-Pilot, and it works okay. But it does have the working radio up there that tracks the beacons, and that's a lot of fun as well, but I don't use it very often. Well, I've only used it once, just because it drives me nuts listening to the Morse code for more than about 5 minutes, and I don't think it's really all that fun to listen to on the stream. And yes, I know you can turn it on and off, but like, it's just not. I just have decided that this is going to be my airplane that I do stuff like this, historic VFR situations, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Iowa Scotsman, you've got to dive into it, man. It's just, I mean, if you're just looking to laugh, because it's gonna catch on fire. It just is. It's gonna happen. The only guy that I know of that has not caught it on fire is Canadian Captain Mustache, and he's tried to catch it on fire. He just, for whatever reason, is unable. All right, I don't know, where am I going here? Am I going to the right? Yes, I have to come over here and try to shimmy out of that little spot. All right, bear with me here. I'm trying to also pull up my updated METAR for Douglas here. Winds were coming out of the north here when we were loading up, so I'm hoping that it's going to be similar. Douglas Municipal. Winds are, yeah, they're calm, and it's reporting a little bit of rain, but where I'm at right now, there's really not much rain to speak of. Our game plan for getting from Douglas to the Hacienda Airport here is to depart basically northbound out of Douglas, and there's a nice road that we can pick up, and then it cuts us through. There's some pretty good terrain, some like 7,900 foot terrain in this area, and the road will take us through a couple of little valleys, little terrain features that'll help us not have to get super high. Douglas Municipal Traffic, Boeing 11816 is back taxi runway 3, Douglas Municipal. So yeah, we'll head almost runway heading, and then we should be able to. I say this is a lot of shoulda, coulda, woulda, but we should be able to pick up. It's a pretty good road, like I think a divided highway. We should be able to pick that up, and that takes us out and where we want to be. And then I'll kind of catch you up after that, but it involves some guesswork and some dead reckoning at that point. But we'll see. We have landed at the wrong airport already once in our 4 legs. So we're 75% correct. but but it does happen. It does happen. Fortunately for us, we were in the LA sort of area, so there were lots of landing options. Now out here, there's not so many. Like, we're in the desert, and the only thing we have to land on is a place where there's not a bunch of scrub brush. So I'm hoping we can find our way. There is a town there now that, like I say, is should be fairly noticeable. There's a couple of reservoirs that some of them are dried up, some of them are intermittent reservoirs. So I'm hoping we can pick a few of those up along with the roads that we're following, and that'll get us pretty close. It's 100 miles, so it's like right on the edge of where, you know, you feel like you could just point it dead reckoning and just go, because in 100 miles, right, like there's a lot of wind shift that could potentially happen, and you could end up 5 or 10 miles off course. So you do have to look for some waypoints and some visual, you know, markings and things like that. So we're gonna, like I say, we're gonna use the roads, use a couple of those old lake beds, and potentially we've got a little bit of a backup plan that we can even use an airport in between if we need to. I'll get pulled up to the side here and I'll show you the specifics of what I'm thinking. Let the engine warm up a little bit more. All right, so here's what I'm planning, guys. We will be departing basically this direction here on a 014, and you can see how this road comes right out of Douglas, and then it makes a little bit of a right-hand turn. That's, I believe, one spot where we can cut through the hills, and I think that's going to be initially a pretty important point for us here. So here's come back here. This is what we're looking at here. This is that road, so you can see through the Poverty Flat, and so we're going to be going from the Sulphur Springs Valley over to the San Bernardino Valley, and that'll be our first thing that we're looking for. And then we can pretty much just track up the valley. We'll just keep following the highway, and then I'm going to look for this next little cutoff point. You can see the road kind of zigzags back to the west a little bit, and then heads north. And it looks like there's maybe a dirt road or something that continues here, but it'll allow us to make this right-hand turn to head eastbound. And then here's the first of the waterways that we're hoping to find. Again, when it has those stripes through it, it means that it's intermittently dry. But I'm thinking if we go, we'll pass a little town of Animas there, and we'll go just north of this waterway. Again, it looks like we might have a couple of hills that we can sort of kick a field goal through. You know, like it gets pretty spiderwebby right here, right? So like we may end up having to look for the Cedar Mountains, and anyway, but once we get to here, like the town starts to appear, and this is the town of Deming, and then down here is the town of Columbus. So I think if we can identify the Cedar Mountains, and then we can kind of start to turn a little south to the Tres Hermanos Mountains, we've got a fighting shot at finding this little airstrip here. It's just kind of right here, and it's this is our little Hacienda Airport. So that is the rough plan, and I'm going to have that up on the other window here. So yeah, just in case you're wondering, well, what the heck is he looking at? That's what we're hoping to be able to see and find, and you know, we'll see, right? All the best laid plans, but we will see. Okay, let me get everything else ready to go here as well. And Millhouse is going into lurk mode. Cool, man. Thank you again for coming by. Lurk away. We are facing almost due south here, guys. Let's update our compass. Our directional gyro, I should say, more accurately, to about a 185, I would say. 185 heading. And, okay. Our oil temperatures are on the, kind of on the, well, no, they're okay. Our oil pressures are really low. Our oil temps are kind of high, honestly. So let's do this. Let's come down here and let's open these shutters so that the temperatures will cool off a little bit. This is the part of the plane that is right now a little bit tricky because no one's really sure if the oil shutters control the temperatures like they really should, which in turn affects the oil pressure as it should. And so everybody that flies this plane kind of has their own kind of method for managing that. And in fact, I think I might just go flat out. Let's just open and cool stuff off. But again, that's part of the fun. Ah, heck. I think I just killed it. I think I lost oil pressure. And I might have, I might have bunged the engine up here. It'll tell you if you break it. Left engine malfunction. Ah, man. Okay, I've got to go back and restart. So, yeah. So if you do what I just did, which is allow that oil pressure. Yep. See, the second one did the same thing. If you let that oil pressure get too low, then yeah, you break the engines. So that doesn't bode well for what we're trying to do here, guys. But well, let's get it started again here and see what happens. Oh, you know what I should have done too is I should have closed everything and rascals. Oh well. Let's give it another try here. So Douglas and like where do I want to be? Somewhere in the middle here so I can turn around. I think that'll work. Maybe over here. Yeah, even the weather there that the sim preview has given me says it should be sprinkly, but yep, so that's not good. I keep forgetting that, like right now where I live, it's chilly. Like it's not even 60 degrees out, but I'm down here in New Mexico, almost Mexico, and it's probably already 80 degrees or maybe even warmer here. So I keep forgetting that I need to manage the temperatures a little bit better than I do. So what happens now is when you restart, it simulates the maintenance guys coming and fixing your engines. So now another glitch that's been reported is this: if you don't shut down completely when you close the sim, sometimes it does not come back and want to start for you right away. So the potential fix for that is to just cycle everything on and off and hope for the best. All right, let's get the parking brake set again, and we'll try to fire this bad boy back up. Oops. Life is full of Microsoft moments nowadays. Yeah, I have some kind of bad news to report on the Microsoft Flight Sim front also. I will tell you what I've discovered here in just a second, but let's get some primer going. Our guy coming over to wind it up. So I've been working with the TDS folks, maker of that really awesome GTN 750 that's available, and I've got it installed in several airplanes, and I was just having a heck of a time getting those planes to run without the really bad stutters. I think maybe you guys have seen a few of my streams where it's just like it's even worse than a stutter. It's like a flat out pause, 2 or 3 second pause. And basically been working with the guys. They've been awesome. They've been like, I've been working with them for more than 2 weeks, and going through a host of troubleshooting and just all kinds of things. And finally, we they had me do a baseline test, and I came to find out that on the baseline test, I was actually like, I was receiving the stutters as well without the GTN running, and I had never been able to replicate that. It had always been, at least I thought, it had always been related to the GTN, but the way they had me do it, it like I said, the stutters appeared, and so unfortunately, what that meant was, I mean, it was kind of a good news, bad news thing. The good news was that it is not related to the GTN 750, so I mean, that's encouraging. But the bad news is it's some other problem that I'm going to have to try to find. And when I asked the guy, I said, "Look, I mean, I know I don't expect you to keep providing me, tech support here, but like, if it would have been your unit causing problems, like, what might have been your next step?" Because they did optimize my sim quite a bit, even though their unit wasn't the problem that caused, or it wasn't what was causing the problem. Like Microsoft Flight Sim runs better for me now because of the things they had me do. So the bad news was, he said, I think honestly the next thing we would have you do is consider a complete Windows reinstall. And so I'm not in a hurry to do that, needless to say. And but it's potential, that's the potential of what I might need to do next, is just consider a full Windows reinstall. Hopefully that's not going to happen, and I'm not planning on doing that, just simply because everything else right now is working pretty well. Like my X-Plane is working really well, so like, I'm kind of just not gonna be able to fly those, the two airplanes that I really, the two aircraft that I really like, that I wanted to fly, is the Cessna 414 and the Airbus H125, that new helicopter. And so my choice right now is to full reinstall, or not fly the airplanes, or keep flying the airplanes and keep searching for potential snags, like whatever's causing those stutters. So after dealing with it for 2 weeks, I think right now my choice is just to not fly those planes for a little while. Nix, yeah, Connor, you're right. A ton of time, and I guess if both sims were cranky, I might feel more like doing that. But if Microsoft is just having some issues in a couple different aircraft, because I don't notice it when I fly this one, and like, I can fly the JP Logistics 152 and it works okay, and so I don't notice it across the board. And if X-Plane is also working well, I still feel like it's maybe isolated to somehow the aircraft that are in question. Like, I have, something is conflicting with those, or not causing them to be the priority. I mean, who knows? There's just a million variations, right? There's just so many things that can possibly be causing you issues, and so I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I'm just going to kind of take a break from those aircraft for a little while and fly some other ones that I know work. And yeah, I mean, come back to it later when I have a little bit of time. I do understand Microsoft 11 has come out, and so, you know, I guess if I do have to do a reinstall, I mean, give it 6 months, give it a year, whatever. Let Windows 11, I think I said Microsoft 11, Windows 11, let it kind of do its thing and push out a couple of updates and get all those bugs worked out. Then I can do an install there. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not at a point where I'm unhappy with everything. You know what I mean? Like there gets to be a point where everything's so broken that you like have no choice. Like your sim is unflyable, and so you have to make a change. That's where I was at when I was flying FSX. I loved FSX, but I had to change because I couldn't complete a flight more than 30 minutes before it would crash. All right, let's get going again here and see if we can get the engine. How's our oil temps? Are much better. Pressures are much better. We're much more where they should be. That looks awesome. We are sitting at about a 145-ish. I'm sorry, about 135, right about there. Okay, runway heading. Again, looking for a road that heads a little bit more to the east. Let's make a check and get going. Douglas Municipal Traffic, Boeing 816. Going to try the departure. Runway 3 again. Will be straight out northeastbound VFR departure, Douglas. So, if I have a stable sim with planes that are working well, you know, I'm satisfied with that for right now. I'm not somebody that has to have I get it. You're always going to have something in your sim that doesn't quite work right, and so you just have to be able to handle that. All right, I've got. Do I have everything closed here? Yes, fully closed. What's my outside air temperature, by the way, right now? Oh, it's only 70. All right, so, but I like where I'm at, so I'm going to leave everything closed for now, and we'll just make fine-tuning adjustments as we go. Takeoff power set. It's kind of pulling to the right a little bit there. I wasn't totally lined up. There we go. We'll get back on the right track. I think my calm winds have gone away. I'm getting the wind off my right-hand side a little bit here. Oh boy. Wow, I'm really getting moved around here now. Holy moly. Ooh, up and down. Wow. Wow, wow, that was rough. All right, well, we're flying. We are flying. This might be our initial turn right here, guys. It's just north of the airfield for that first turnout. I'm going to pull back the RPMs just a bit here. Well, I'm not seeing I guess I'm not seeing a road yet, so let's keep going. The highway distinctly cuts through here, so I'm not in a huge hurry to rush this. It could potentially be this gap too, so I'll be patient. I'll be patient here. We're climbing like a banshee. Let's bring that down just a bit. Connor's saying you spent all the money on PMDG and got terrible frames, and only to find out that an outdated pushback plugin, was causing it. Yeah, so I have really cleaned out my add-ons folder. I went to that add-ons helper. Steve, oh man, that's awesome. I'm going to use that later on, my dude. Welcome. Good morning. But yeah, I mean, like I've heard, Connor, I've heard people report that like even certain sceneries are causing issues. There's a road. I think this is my place that I want to go follow right here. You know, like I think Sim Caesar had some scenery. Rob Valkyrie, hello. Thanks for the Queen of the Skies sound clip, my friend. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, so Sim, he had something installed in California or something, and he wasn't even flying out there, but he said, and he's a pretty tech savvy dude. But he's like, he was able to troubleshoot it back to that scenery being installed, and he uninstalled the scenery, and like his airplane worked fine. And so it was really strange. I don't know. There's a lot of variables. So that's also why I'm not getting too hung up on, you know, do I have to have everything solved right away? No, because as you guys know, the next time there's a system update, everything that you fixed might now be broken. I mean, and vice versa. So, yeah. So anyway, nail gun. Yeah, he was telling me the story of that, Steve. He basically said, yeah, it only hurts for a little bit. After the initial shock wears off, it doesn't hurt that bad. Robert Barsinik is a tough son of a buck. If you get to know him and talk to him, you will understand why. I mean, first of all, he's a freaking roofer, and those guys are tough. But yeah, he's done some things like he's lived a lot of life. Let's just say that. Yeah. Now, here's the other part, though, that's interesting about Rob, is, like, I genuinely think, and I've not met him in person, someday, but I genuinely think he's probably one of the toughest guys that I know. Yet he is, like, he will not hurt a fly. Like, he got after me one time for swatting a fly on stream. He got mad because I didn't catch and release it. So, like, he's an international man of mystery, essentially. Our friend, Rob Valkyrie. Now, great friend of the stream, longtime friend, been here since the beginning, and one of those guys, again, that are on my short list of people that I want to visit IRL before it's all said and done. All right, so I've got lights on. What do I have on? Let me hold on. Let me come over here for a second. Let's, I could probably put, I don't know. These lights don't need to come on. It's a dark cockpit. It just is. Saved 3 bugs on the roof last week. You know, buddy. Hey, yeah, it is what it is, buddy. All right, Nixie. Thanks for coming in, Connor. Have an awesome day, man. We'll talk to you soon. We're on our road, I believe. We are at just a little over 9,000. So we're plenty clear of all terrain. Our temperatures are getting low again. Gosh, and so I need to close now. Did I go the opposite? Is that why my temperatures... They're dangerously low. Oh my goodness. This may be trouble, you guys. This may be big trouble. I'm going to back off on the engines here. I'm going to be a little bit more delicate. Pull back on the RPMs, just see if I can salvage it. Where am I flying plane and sim? Microsoft Flight Sim, the Boeing 247D. And exclamation point route will give you the info. Oh, and by the way, it's that time, you guys. It is that time. I am setting up my next gift card giveaway. And hold on, don't type that. Don't type that. That's not the right one. Don't type that, Rob. Hold on. Close. Reset. Okay. Yep. Gonna give everything back. I'm gonna make it be November. Alright, here we go. I'm reopening that. So exclamation point November will get you a ticket. Please, Steve, Rob, redo that. You should be able to put that in. And I'm planning on a giveaway about mid-November. There's a Saturday Night Ops that is in Kennedy. Oh man, I am so... my temperature. I might be in trouble, guys. I may have been just not paying attention again for too long. Anyway, there's a Kennedy SNO coming up. I think it's the second Saturday in November. I'll have to double check here after my engines catch fire and I have to emergency land. But that's when I'm going to do it. It's $25, and you can enter several times. If you are like Steve and Rob, if you're a subscriber, I have it set up now where you can get 2 tickets for the price of one. So, Steve, I was thinking about that again the other day. I know. I watched my stream playback and yeah, I enjoyed the heck out of that. That was a fun night, and it's always more fun when you make a new friend, and so that was pretty cool. We definitely have to do something again as kind of a tribute to it, or just another flight up there, because it's also a fun place to fly. It's a great airplane to fly. I haven't been in that airplane for a while too, so it's there's all kinds of reasons that I should redo that. But I got to get my temps to start coming back up. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. See, my oil pressures are maxed out. I'm about to... My engines are about to croak, guys. I think I'm at the point where I just was too far. I just didn't pay attention. And I don't think I'm going to be able to salvage it. I'm going to back off even more. Just really try to baby these engines. That's about the only thing I've found that can help. But I may have to take a third stab at this, you guys. So we've already called the maintenance crew out to the hold short line. If you're just joining us, I'm flying the 247D, and I'm trying to fly the retrace the 1931 historic Bendix air race, and I've already broken the engines once, waiting to take off, and now it's about to happen again, guys. I mean, I don't like it. This is a long shot. I've got to get the pressures down. I got to get the temps up. I'm doing everything I can. I've got the shutters closed so that those temperatures will rise. I'm leaning out the mixture to try to warm everything up. I know that really doesn't do anything for your oil, but I'm like, if it just warms the whole engine up, maybe it'll warm the engine oil up. I don't know. I'm just grabbing at straws at this point. But the maintenance crew, the chase crew, they're going to have to pick me up here, apparently about 20 miles north of town. However, so let's just keep in mind kind of where we're going. I think we're shooting the gap here, like we should be. And on this highway, whatever this highway is, I don't really see a marking on it. But yeah, I think we're doing good. The weather here is not matching up. Like, live weather should be on, and I should have, like, it's showing rain right now, and which is maybe good that I don't have rain, because that is one more element that I don't need. Oh, look at that. Maybe those are creeping up. Those are creeping down. Maybe I salvaged it. You're thinking about joining the Bush Divers anniversary flight. I guess I haven't seen that one yet. That's at 3 Eastern. Okay. Yeah, that's coming up here, right? Like, it's a couple hours from now. But yeah, that's true. It's Saturday afternoon nap time, and that's a tough call, Rob. That really is. I need a little nap time. I didn't get home from our football game last night until after 1 in the morning, so I'm going on about 5 hours of sleep. You can probably see it in my eyes, hear it in my voice, but I thought we could get this in, and I can try to get my work done, and then this will be me. Let me give you this guy here. This that'll be me. You can see the little guy. Cody's living the dream right now, man. He's doing his thing, and no, we unfortunately did not. We did not. We played better, but we came up a little short. So we have one more game left in the season, and if we can win, we're in the playoffs, which would be a good accomplishment for this team. And if we lose, we're done. So that's kind of the place that we're at. So I'd sure like to continue playing. I've enjoyed being around these kids, and they're doing a good job. They're working hard. They just are just not quite as talented as the other teams that we're playing right now. So it's just, sometimes you just are. That's just who you are. But all right, so we're coming up on this little wiggle in the road here, guys, that I showed you, and I want to stay to the right. I've lost my track here. Okay, yeah, where are we at? Yeah, this is called, I believe, called Antelope Pass. Let's take a look here. This is what I'm talking about. So here we are. We're getting to this little spot here in the road, and there's an old railroad line that keeps running straight, and I think I can see that. But the road turns north. We want to stay on this guy right here and shoot this little Antelope Pass, which I can see in the terrain. And this is where it gets kind of sketchy, but maybe we can pick up this, whatever this little lake is here. What's it called? Plias Lake. All right, another quick look at temps are rising, pressures are coming down. Awesome. Steve, you said you're loving X-Enviro, huh? 117? Yeah, that's awesome. Now, here's the other thing that's kind of cool about that is, like, I'm understanding from X-Plane 12 people that you're not going to need those extra environmental plugins, like the environmental effects that are within the game just natively are are good enough. Like I don't think anybody's put in active sky. I don't think anybody's put in enhanced cloudscapes, or no one's really put in Xenviro either. So that's nice. It'll save some frames, and hopefully give you a little stability, a little extra added stability. One less thing that can crash, essentially. Yeah, I think that's Antelope Pass right there, my friends. All right, we're doing it. We're doing it. Look at this place. How beautiful is this place? I mean, come on. High desert. Harsh landscape, but just beautiful in its own way. Looks like we got an old airstrip right down there even. Holy cow, that's cool. I wonder what that one is. If that's listed on the... I don't see it on my Acme mapper. Sometimes you'll see those. Oh yeah, just a little landing strip. Just an unnamed... Probably this guy, this rancher here, just plowed out a strip. That's amazing. That's really awesome. Alright, let's take this turn and see if we can either pick out this road that's going through here, or perhaps the reservoir. Oh, we got a nice little road here that we can follow. Heck yeah. So the next thing for us to look for then, as we go through Antelope Pass, is there's a town called Anemus. Rob, I am honored that you would put me up next to Angela Lansbury. I mean, that's high praise, my dude. That is high praise. I think the only way it could get any better, Rob, is if you could somehow finagle pepperoni pizza, you know, at some point in time, and maybe a Dr. Pepper. That's like that right there would cap the day off. Maybe later on tonight, like a little chocolate shake or something, you know, just a full-on hedonism at its best. You know, watching TV, eating way too much, taking a nap. I mean, like, that's a Saturday right there. That's an American Saturday. If you're tuning in from somewhere else in the world, like you don't have to worry about the U.S. trying to take over the world. Like all we want is a nap on Saturday and some pizza. Like, that's literally what everybody in America wants. Don't believe the news. Just ate a bucket of chicken and potato salad. Oh, that works too. That works too. All right, how are we doing? How's our temps and pressures? Because I don't want to go too far the other way. Yeah, so really, you love kind of having both of these pointing towards the top if you can do it, right? Like up close to 100 and up close to 60. That's like the ideal range. Hey, Hawker, coming in with the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Hawker, how are you, buddy? Good to see you, man. Skull. Happy Saturday. Hope you had yourself a fantastic flight. Go check out the Hawker 125 channel, you guys. He's a super entertaining guy. Great stream. Very knowledgeable. Yeah, welcome, dude. Welcome. We're talking... Hawker, welcome to the What America Wants channel. We're talking about all the things in the world that America wants, and it's not oil, it's not gold, we've boiled it down to it like pizza and a nap. Like, that's what Americans want. This could potentially be a town. Like, this is not a very long trip, guys, so I don't know if this is the town. This might be Anemus. I'm trying to see on my sectional. This is not. This is yeah. Yeah, this could be Nemus. So there's a little private, like a little private dirt strip that's nearby. So if we see that over here, then we know we're at Nemus. If we, yeah, and we haven't made it to the Plias Lake just yet. It's watching my stream. Yeah, well, that's the other thing about Americans, I guess, that the world needs to know is our standards really are pretty low when it comes to being entertained. Like we made funny cat videos a thing, right? Oh, okay. I think I see the little dirt strip down there. Okay, so we are. This is the town of Nemus. This is indeed the town of Nemus that we're flying over the top of right now. Yep, little old town in New Mexico. Little football field and some farmland. And little private airstrip out here too. Okay, I think, guys, I think we're like we came back from the brink of destruction here, and everything is getting pretty darn close to where we want it to be. I'm really hoping that things just stabilize. Like I would love the temps and pressures just to stabilize. I've really just been absolutely babying these engines. Look, my manifold pressure's clear down there at like 17, but I'm still, you know, I'm plugging right along there at about 140 miles an hour. So I'm, you know, it's good. It's all good. I might toss in just a little bit more manifold pressure. I like running it at the bottom of the white if I can, with just under 20,000, like about 19 on the RPMs. I find that ignites the engines on fire at the optimum amount right there. So hopefully we'll have, you know, continued success. So the next town here is, well, actually it's not a town. It's the next thing we should see is that Plias airstrip. I'm sorry, the Plias Lake, and then there's a Plias airstrip that is just on the other side, the east side of the reservoir there. And this could very well be like a dried up lake bed, guys. So I'm not like, I don't expect to see Lake Michigan here, or Lake Erie, like where old Rock Valkyrie lives. But if we stay along the road, we should see it. And if we don't, then we know we've made a terrible, terrible mistake. We are also, in the meantime here, looking for the like the Coyote Hills on one side. I'm looking at my Acme mapper, and the Turquoise Mountains on the other. So this could potentially be the Coyote Hills and Turquoise Mountain. Plias Peak is a 1,700 foot peak. That could potentially be that. Yeah, we'll just kind of keep it going here and see what happens. All of a sudden, I feel like I'm getting shoved north, like the wind is really coming out of the south. All right, is that potentially, guys, a dried up? Could that be a dried up lake bed there? Maybe. I think it could be, you guys. That might be that Plias Reservoir. And so we'll know, like I say, we'll know if we see the Plias airstrip. It is a paved strip, so we'll kind of keep our eyes on it, and it should be just past. If, like I say, if we're heading where we think we're heading, should be over here somewhere, south of the highway and east of the dried up reservoir. So we'll keep our eyes out here. Hey, a special plug for the Virtual USA Flying Club. We've got a conga line event happening tomorrow. That's at 1900 Zulu, 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 Mountain Time. We are teaming up with the Pilot Club, and we're attempting to make the longest GA conga line in VATSIM history. So it's a little in between. Hop down there, Gulf of Mexico, down by the Galveston area in Texas. Should be a lot of fun. If you're not a member of the Virtual USA Flying Club, you can easily become a member. Just head over to that link that was shared, I think, a little earlier. If not, I'm sure somebody can get you that link. But it's a Discord link, and all you have to do is have a valid VATSIM ID and be in good standing, and we'll get you a membership into our Discord, which gets you in turn information on all these types of fun flights that we do. I'm not seeing the airstrip, guys. I'm actually getting a little worried that we may be either turned too soon or too late. Like, I feel like I see like that road and that, like, the reservoir back there and the road, like that fits what I see on the map. Could that have potentially been? No, those aren't. Those are just little dirt roads, but I definitely am not seeing that paved runway that my sectional is showing. It's the Thurmond. It's no, I'm sorry, it's the Playas airstrip. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I guess we'll just kind of keep going. The next, yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing about getting lost down here too, is if you make a wrong turn, like this plane does not track a VOR, so we'd have to turn back around and go back through that, what we thought was Antelope Pass, and rejoin that highway. I feel good about, though, like where we turned, like it matched up with the sectional. It matched up with my topo map. So I do feel good about that. I'm just concerned that we didn't see that airport. So I don't know. We do have another town coming up called Hachita. And I'm seeing on the sectional, I'm seeing our highway kind of bend to the right a little bit. We should have at the town of Hachita, we should have a north-south running highway as well. And I mean, at that point in time, like, we're within about 30 miles of our first stop, so we should essentially stay just on course. This little highway that we're following right now will take us basically right to it, right to the town of Columbus and Hacienda Airfield. In theory. All right, how's everything engine parameter wise looking? Temps are awesome. Like, that's exactly where you'd love everything to be. So if we can keep it all right there, then I'm loving life. When this starts to get over 100, I'm going to have to open those shutters back up a little bit and make sure that we keep things cooled down. Hey, the other thing, if you're just getting here, type !November. I am opening up raffle tickets for my November gift card giveaway. That's going to be coming up second weekend of November. Hawker, this is the Boeing 247D. It's wing 42. In the wonderful world of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Rob, thanks, man. I'm so happy that Slanty is flying it. It's fun to watch because he's so detailed about things, right? So, like, I pick up things watching him fly that I didn't think about, because there's really not much of a checklist, or there's not a ton of documentation on this plane. And then to have sort of the quirks and the like it's a kind of an early access, like a beta version, but to have those quirks mixed in, it's really nice to have somebody else fly it and share sort of what they have had success with. And I did enjoy, he flew this out to Catalina the other night. That was really fun to watch. All right, here's potentially that town. Does it have the north-south running? Yeah, there's that north-south running road coming off of it. I must have just somehow missed. I must have just missed that airport somehow. But yeah, yeah, Hawker. It's one of the funnest planes to hand fly, because the wings are just so big and wide, and it's just like ultra stable. If you can just keep the engines going, and that's the whole thing. All right, our temperatures our pressures are actually starting to drop. Our temps are good, but I don't like where my pressures are going, so I'm going to do this. We're going to go about half open on the shutters. I want to try to cool the oil off again, get the oil pressure back up, because as you may have guessed, the other thing that happens in this plane is if your pressures drop too much, the engines don't like that. So we've already done one where we've overpressured and killed it that way, and so let's not have one happen the other way. But those temps, or those pressures, are really diving big time. Yeah, we're gonna have to really pay attention to that. In fact, I might go here. We may just go full on close. Let's get the temps going back in the cool down mode here and see. Generally, it's not a good idea to make big adjustments in this plane. Like what I just did is usually not a good sign, but you got to do what you got to do. That really helped the pressures kind of right away. Interesting. Yeah, look at the pressures coming right back up. Huh. Funny. All right, let's see if it's happy with about a halfway. Is that kind of, let's see what it does there. I would love it if I could have my reset cockpit view actually take me back to where I want it to be, not just some random location every time. So frustrating. So if I'm able to get this flight in here this morning, and then I'm able to kind of get my it's not a big list, but I've got a list of things I need to do, work related, and maybe grab some lunch. My plan is to come back later on. It's another weekend where the wife's away, and so I'm going to play. My wife and mom actually traveled down to Colorado to celebrate. My youngest son just got married a couple of weeks ago, and they're having a little post-wedding reception down south of where we live. So they're on their way down there right now. I was not able to make it because of work obligations, but anyway, I'm just me and the dogs, man. We're living the life. We're living the singles life. So I might fly again tonight. Steve-O, I might fly that Arrow, man. I might buzz up somewhere up in Alaska again and fly around. I'll let you know, okay? Aviate, navigate. I am not. I'm actually in Wyoming. I live kind of central Wyoming. But my family is heading down to Colorado Springs right now. That's where the reception is. So, yeah. How about yourself? Are you from the area? In Denver. Okay, cool. Yeah, nice, nice. Yeah, I have my oldest son and his family live in Loveland, and my youngest son and his wife they're currently living in Laramie, going to school up there, but her family's from Colorado Springs. We make it down. We make it down Denver way from time to time. It's a huge place for me, being a small town guy, but I actually don't mind Denver. I mean, like, it would be, I don't know if I'd be able to live there, but I don't mind going. It's not a bad place to buzz around. Pretty easy to find what you want, and lots to do down there. That's for sure. And what a beautiful area. I mean, just like, there's a reason why lots of people live there. It's just a gorgeous area. And by the way, welcome, Aviate Navigate. Good morning. I hope you're having a good Saturday. All right, folks. Trying to see, like our road takes a little bit of a turn here, and then we have I should have been looking for I think this is one of the mountains I need to yeah, what is that? The Tres Hermanas Mountain. That might be them, which, if that's them, that like our field, like, we're right there, dude. I mean, like, we're there. If that's the case. So I'm seeing this little zigzag in the road here. Boy, I tell you what. We might be there. Gosh, we might be there. Holy cow. It'd be kind of cool. All right, I'm going to say we're close enough. We need to start backing things off here. We are at what? 8,000, 8.5. So yeah, we need to start descending a bit if we could. Temps and pressures, how we doing, guys? I think we're okay. We've brought our temps back down ever so slightly. Let's go about the 3/4 closed here, just to see if we can't get in. Be the first time we made it in without having an engine issue, so that'd be kind of fun. I see a town. That could be Columbus. If that's Columbus, then our airstrip is just on the north edge up here. We're going to have to find it. Oh, man. What a fun leg this was. Holy cow. And I imagine, back in the 30s, right? They had no radio communication. They had no radio navigation. Really, this type of radio navigation really wasn't even, I mean, it was in its infancy. So the pilots that flew in this race, like, it was all this type of dead reckoning and pilotage, and trying to pick out landmarks, and they had their maps on their lap. In fact, I read a book. That's kind of where the idea came from, about female aviators. It's called Fly Girls. Really, really good book. But there's a few stories in that, or a few interesting tales in that book that talk about maps flying out the window, and they did a lot of this stuff, like open cockpit, and pilots losing their map out the side, and then they really have to, like, it gets pretty dang tough. This may not be a town. This may just be farmland here, actually. So let's keep it going here. But I do think that was do think that was that mountain range we were looking for. And I'm okay with the descent here. I think we got to be pretty close. Now there's a really good. Here's what I'm banking on, you guys. If we miss this is kind of my fail safe. Do you see the north-south running highway here? Like, this is a divided highway that runs right past the airport. And so if we are north or south of where we think we need to be, like, we're going to intercept this somewhere. And so my backup plan is, if we aren't exactly right where we're at, then we're going to try to follow north or south and see if we can. We're either going to run into the town of Columbus or we're going to run into the town of Deming. And so that'll be our backup plan as far as navigation is concerned. Yeah, that's true, Hawker, because they did have stuff painted on towers and rooftops and things like that. Yeah. You know, one of my friends in my Discord, Dakota Pilot, shared a resource that's really cool. It's a like an old mail route that they used to fly with the DC-3s, C-47s, and I'm looking forward to trying to do that a little bit as well. Hey, DCM, good morning. Good to see you again. I bumped into DCM this morning over in Scruffy Tam's morning stream. Nice to see you. All right, what would these hills be? If I was a random set of, could these be the what? Seems kind of small to be the Tres Hermanos Mountains. They look like they're a lot bigger on my map and my sectional. Maybe not. Maybe not. So the plan, by the way, is get on the ground, get some more oil, get some more fuel. I'll probably have to get another Dr. Pepper myself, and then keep it on going to El Paso. El Paso is not very far. It's about another, got to be about another 40 or 50 miles to the east, almost due east. So I want to try to get there, kind of get back on track. We only flew one of two legs last time. And then I've been not able to get back to this stream for a while, so I'd like to get a couple legs in today and keep it going. Oh my goodness. Holy moly. That's no bueno there, DCM. I hope everybody's safe and no property damage and all that good stuff. Okay, there's wind hitting me now. I wonder if I can get a METAR. Oh, look at my temps and pressures are going crazy again. All right, let's close these up. Boy, that my oil temps have been really sensitive to the shutters today. Let's get our temps back up. Had 6 of them. One was about 4 blocks. Holy cow, dude. That's scary. Yep. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Alright, do I have this little zigzag on any part of my map here? Yeah? Okay, this is kind of... Alright. I'm seeing this, I think, where it turns a little bit back to the north. Yeah, we're close. We're close. There's that Virtual USA Flying Club Discord link, by the way. We were talking about the event coming up tomorrow. We're going to set the record for longest GA conga line in FatSim history. We've partnered up with the Pilot Club, and we're going to do an event down here in downtown Texas way. The house creaked a couple times, but oh, thank goodness. Yeah, that is that's a really scary feeling and helpless feeling, right? Like you're just there and you just hope it holds, right? Hope the nails are strong and the foundation is firm, and there's just not a lot you can do. Ooh, I see a town. I see a town. I still remember a story. My brother, he lives in Oklahoma, so Tornado Alley, and his father-in-law at the time, I mean, they get so many storms down there that unless they have a meteorologist saying it's coming your way, like they don't really get too worried. And more, like storm tracking and reporting has gotten pretty accurate, and so like they can tell you, if you're in the south part of the city, you need to seek shelter. If you're in the north part, you need to just pay attention. Anyway, he was out. He was had a little pig farm, and he was out working his pigs, and a tornado came within a half mile of his house, and he had no idea. He's like, yeah, it was pretty windy and kind of rainy, but I had to go out and check on the pigs. And I mean, but that's just how those guys are, man. They're just like yeah, it was a F4 that almost took us out, but it didn't. So no big deal, no harm, no foul, no blood, no blood, no worries. Ooh, okay, is this? I think is that it? Oh my gosh, that might be it. I think that's it. It's just a little dirt strip. Okay, I need verification. I need this north-south running highway, so I know, because the airstrip is... No, the airstrip is north of town. Okay, hold on. That's not it. And the airstrip that I'm looking for actually has two. So there's town. Here comes, I think, our north-south running. Yeah, okay. Okay, here's the town of Columbus.
Welcome to Pop Culture.
Nips, welcome. Thanks for the follow. Thank you, man. Yeah, it is fun, right? I don't do it justice because I really, truly don't understand the engine management like it really deserves to be explained. I've just found workarounds that work for me, but I have a heck of a lot of fun flying it. All right. Do I see a couple of airstrips? I think I do. I need to make a call here. Sorry. I'm a little bit behind the curve here. Hacienda traffic. Boeing 816 is flying a left-hand traffic pattern. Excuse me, right-hand pattern. We're going to be overflying the field here at 7,000 feet. Sorry, 6,000 feet. We'll be coming up, landing back to the west. All right. That was not a really good radio call, but I just got a little bit late. I don't have any kind of a wind report, but I just think, generally speaking, it's a westerly wind in this part of the world, so we're gonna plan on that. Hacienda traffic, Boeing 816 is right downwind Runway 27, Hacienda. I'm going to call it 27. It looked pretty straight east and west, didn't it? Yeah, I would say so. Now I'm going to take this downwind out there a ways because this is a floaty girl. And she's kind of hard to bring down sometimes. So temps and pressures looking good. We've got the battery turned on so we can bring our landing gear down when ready. And again, we're just going to take this out a little further. Kind of hard to see where we're at here, but how's the downwind sim seat looking back here? Oh yeah, we're in great shape. Hacienda traffic, Boeing 816 right base, runway 27. We're going to shoot 27 left. Hacienda traffic. Alright, airspeed's pretty good right now. And that looks good. Yeah, we're just going to take this far runway here, 27 left, that's on the left-hand side. I'll throw some gear down. There are no flaps in this. We just use the gear primarily as our way of slowing down and just try to ease it on in. Hacienda traffic, Boeing 816 is turning final 27 left. Hacienda traffic. Might be just a hair high, but I always err on the side of that just because once the gear comes down, you come down. It's a very good speed brake system. We'll also go ahead and go RPMs full and mixture full forward. Yes, I have had to hand crank the gear up and down due to fuse failures and also some mismanagement of my electrical. So if you have the landing lights on and attempt to raise or lower the gear at the same time, you will pop a breaker. So learned one of many lessons I've learned the hard way. Alright, speed's looking pretty good. Have to clear the scrub brush. And I have no idea. We're just going to kind of park on the end. Just try to park off the end here somewhere. Just in case. You never know. You might have somebody else coming in. Alright, we're down. Tail's coming down. There's some hangers. A little bit of light brake in there. And I think we're just going to pull off to the side. Alright, I will call that a successful trip, even though we did have a little bit of an engine issue originally departing, but managed to salvage it. And oh, I'm so sorry, Millhouse. They really are. And I've attempted as much as I can to try to minimize that. I'm really sorry, though. I wish there was a way. Well, you know, I get it. I mean, they're trying to pay the bills also. So sorry about that, though. Let's do this. We're going to go ahead. We will go idle cutoff and shut everything off here. Get some cool air in here. It is it's pleasant, 70 degrees here, and yeah, welcome. Like I say, welcome to Hacienda, and let's take a look. Let's see how our engine oil did this time. Oh, look at that! Look, somehow we managed to, yeah, we managed to not completely burn up our engines this time. We'll put a little more fuel in there, top off the engine oil, and then we will plot our course here to El Paso. So this is what we just did. If you're just joining me, we are flying the 1931 Bendix Air Race leg, or legs, I guess. I just did leg 4, which was from Columbus, Arizona. Douglas, Arizona to Columbus, New Mexico, and then we're going to go from Hacienda here in Douglas to El Paso, and El Paso is right here, and I think we're going to go ahead and just freaking rock El Paso International, if that's all right with you guys. We're just going to head right in here. So 65 miles, not too bad, and almost due east. Now there is this highway here that runs out of Columbus that I think we'll try to keep generally following, but holy moly, if we miss the town of El Paso here, then yeah, we've got some issues. I think the biggest thing is we don't want to go past south of this highway, because then we end up in the Mexico airspace. But yeah, that'll be our second flight. If you want to join, this airport code is November Mike 78. We are on the North Europe server, flying the Boeing 247D in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So would love to have you along if you want somebody to fly with. I'm going to take just a quick break here. I'm going to go grab another Diet Dr. Pepper, and we'll be back to resume our flight, guys. Talk to you in a sec. let's get going here, you guys. That this nail gun safety guide, or sail gun safety guide, provided to you by Rob Valkyrie there. But here we go. We are ready to get this plane going again here, guys. So let's pull things up here. Oops, I want to go. Let's go number 2 first. I shouldn't have to prime. Engine is nice and warm, so with any luck, it'll fire right up for us. I will have to get fuel pressure again built up. Forgot to grab another diet not sponsored. Oh. Ah, heck. I have to turn the ignition over to the left-hand side. Yeah, forgot that step. That's an important step. Hey, 0 for 2, baby. Maybe I'm going to have to prime it. Give it 1, 2, and a 3. 1 and a 2 and a 3. All right, I've got the mags on, fuel's on, mixture, propeller, throttle, where it should be. All right, try it again. Yeah, that primer was the key. Get him moved over. Great sounds on this plane. Holy moly. Okay. Okay, we'll get that guy going. He is cranking. Let's get the fuel pressure. You can see a little handle out there cranking around. Manually cranking the flywheel. Isn't that awesome? Oh, gosh darn it. Oh, geez, mags. Holy moly. Checklist? What checklist? Alright, good fuel pressure. Spinny, spinny. Spinny, spinny. There she goes. Alright. That will work. I'm getting buzzed by a fly. By the way, the winds are here at Hacienda are reported 100 at 4. So we actually landed with a slight tailwind. So that's the bad news. The good news is we're at the right end of the runway to depart. So we're just going to essentially go straight down old 27 left. And depart eastbound. Let the engines kind of warm up a little bit here. Regain some manifold pressure. We're struggling right now. Wow, we are really struggling. RPMs are super low. Let's lean out a little bit here. We're going to need a little manifold pressure because we're kind of off the beaten path here, and we're going to need to be able to get going. Wow, I don't know what's going on here, but I cannot. There she comes. Just want to go nice and easy. Don't want to go crazy here. There she goes. Alright, I like that better. We can go ahead and take chocks off now. And, yep, we should be good. We should be good. There we go. That's more like it. Let's see if we can avoid the house and the fuel truck. Hacienda traffic, Boeing 816 is back taxi runway 9er. 9er right. I have no idea if I'm transmitting. It looks like I am. Oops. Little nav map. I don't want you. I love you, but I don't want you. I can't get rid of you. Ah, shoot. Alright, little nav map. I hit the wrong thing. As you can see. Little nav map is a pretty cool tool, but I have not really spent much time learning it and implementing it. It's one of those things I think in X-Plane 12 that I would a little bit more. Did I just mute myself? Alright. Watch out, car. Watch out, submarine car. This is a differential braking airplane. I do have the little rudder in there because that does kind of help a little, but it's primarily differential braking. Come on, baby. This is not a picture-perfect turn. Okay, the plan is departure. Basically straight eastbound, runway heading for 60 miles to El Paso International Airport. Hacienda traffic, Boeing 816 is departing 9 right. Will be straight out VFR departure. Hacienda. Alright, here we go, boys and girls. Let's get the tail flying. Kind of a short strip here, so can't horse around too much. And away we go. Positive right gear up. Oil pressures are a bit low right now. Oil temps are a little high-ish. Let's make the change. Let's do the dance. Let's see what happens here, you guys. Let me get stabilized here for climb. Aquila, this is the Wing 42 Boeing 247 vintage aeroplane. Welcome. Thank you for the first time chat. It is. It's a lot of fun, and you're about to see an engine failure because I'm having some oil pressure issues. I got to go full closed. I got to get... I'm sorry. No. Full open. I got to cool the oil off so that the pressures come up. Yeah, we're flying the old air route. Ah, rascals. Yep, there we go. Dang it. Dang it. I knew that was coming. Okay, we're going to go emergency feather, and we're going to make a turn back to the Hacienda Airfield. Well, we may not be making that second leg, guys, because I'm afraid that the first engine is going to be not too far behind Hacienda traffic. Boeing 247, Boeing 816 is returning. We will be making an approach to Niner right, Hacienda traffic. Well, there it is. Auga, there's my second engine failure. Yeah, rascals. Okay, I've got to chop and drop, guys. Oh, you know, and I don't, because I need to land. I wonder if I have enough. Yeah, I don't think I have quite enough altitude and airspeed to come around and land back into the wind. So we're just gonna come on in. Hacienda traffic. Boeing 816 is making an emergency landing. Niner right. We're short final. Niner right. Hacienda. Well, it wouldn't be a 1931 Bendix air race without without me wrecking an engine. So, you know what? That's maybe for the best, because it allows me to go and take care of what I need to take care of in terms of my workload. And I don't think I'm going to make the field, guys. Put the gear down too soon. Darn it. Yeah, we're going to be in the scrub brush here. Anyway. But I'll be back later on tonight. That's the plan. If I can get everything done, everything accomplished I need to. And next time we come back to fly, we'll just be right here in Hacienda. This looks like a nice place to spend a couple of days. We'll have a couple more engines trucked in by the support crew. And yeah, we'll be good. We'll be good to go. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm out of airspeed, guys. This will be a bouncy one. Oh, brace. Oh, mama. Yeah, doggone it, Millhouse. Just when you think you got something figured out, you just don't. And that was just all 100% right here. Oil temperatures were, or the oil pressure was just not high enough. I needed to, even though the temps weren't super high, I needed to bring those oil temps down initially to get the pressures up. And, oh, darn it. Yeah. And again, it's related to me and my lack of understanding of how the real engine works to begin with. That's a huge factor, and probably the primary factor to what happens. But you know, also I'm just not paying attention to things like I should be. All right, everything's turned off. We've got yeah, the guy's going to tell us, hey, you need to fix it. You need to restart to fix it. And like I said, I just think probably it's best for me to not restart at this point, because this is already the second time that we've broken the engines. I think I've exceeded my engine budget for for one leg. What do you say? I don't know, man. Oh, what the heck? It's still so dang much fun. I tell you, it's a great plane. The price is right. I mean, it's a hoot. And if you don't have it and are interested, it's Wing 42 is where you go. And you ran out of oil in the Beaver 2 miles from the airport. And the Mike sweat a bit. I love it. That's awesome. That's awesome. But anyway, yeah, go check it out. It's a project that's worth supporting. He's got a lot of work yet. I know that he's planning on doing with this plane, but he's got a pretty good product out right now. Like Wing 42, like it's one dude. It's one dude. He's making all these fantastic vintage planes. So yeah, worth checking out if nothing else.
Thanks for watching my papa.
I do hope you enjoyed the stream. I look forward to hopefully seeing you guys later tonight. If not, I have a stream set up for tomorrow with the Virtual USA Flying Club event. Hey, by the way, before we leave, type !November. Get your ticket into the November giveaway. Remember, if you are a follower, or you have to be a follower to get into the giveaway, and if you're a subscriber, you get 2 tickets per time. So type !November and get your tickets here before we close out the stream. And yeah, I'm going to send it over to the Mustafa channel in the meantime. Go check him out and say hello. I'll meet you over there, and hopefully see you later on tonight. If not, have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you real soon. God bless.